because once they get in there, it'll be irreplaceable. They don't understand what they're missing by not using it. And you got to start using it to see the value, I think. Like there's some, I can talk to the value, but once you start seeing and living it, it's great. Like it's just, just bring everything under one umbrella with certain features that we thought were important. We were using it. We had done a couple rollout jobs, we call them. So they're like national rollouts where a national company is implementing whatever. And we'd done a couple, and we had used Buzzsaw, which was a software just to track correspondence and things, and it wasn't. We knew we needed more. So yeah, just basically bringing the customer experience under one platform is really essentially what the vision was, and it's grown since then, but not really, because we kind of started bottom floor grassroots right from the beginning. When we started this offering that we offer our clients, as service offering, part of it was finding that right software. So there was no real, like, we just had a kind of list of must-haves and be nice to haves, and I just started Googling at night basically and trying to find the right person, and I stumbled across this big wave platform that was in its infancy at the time, and we've kind of grown up together. So if I was looking now, I'd want everything that Big Wave does, but back then it was about scheduling, it was about collecting all the correspondence, it was about clients logging in, and alerts were kind of the most important things that we came up with. And then John had a bunch of other stuff as well. So I still speak with lots. As they come up, they find us and they try to market to us. I always take the phone call and see what features they have. Inevitably it's, yeah, but we need this and this and this as well, and you guys can't do that. Like for instance, our company is now changing we're on SAP right now for our accounting. We're changing to Viewpoint. I don't know if you've heard of them. They have a service platform that we've sat through and I've looked at, but they can't touch what we do. So we're staying with, even though our entire company is changing over to Viewpoint, we're keeping Big Wave as our service platform because it's just better. Yeah, I mean, he's not as advanced with analytics and reporting and things like that, but we can get that out of our accounting software. The service that it offers to us and the customers, other platforms like Viewpoint, a customer can't log into Viewpoint, their service platform. And that's probably, when I look at these guys, they kind of come out of two streams. Some companies are service oriented, some companies are financial oriented. And if you're a financial, customers can't log in because of all the checks and balances. If you're service, then they can get the logins, but they're not as detailed as and flexible as what John has built. So each one's kind of got strikes, and we're working. John has a what do they call it? An integration piece that I don't know if he's talked to you about it. He's already built that, and it's from all accounts very easy to work with. So I've got an analytics team that logs in, or they can tie to Big Wave and pull data out and give me all kinds of reports, custom reports. So it's flexible that way too. If somebody was to ask me the biggest strength of Big Wave, I would say it's the inherent flexibility that's built in the system. We do some things in there that no other company does. It allows us to manage probably 4 times the amount of work that a normal system would because of that flexibility. And we build in things specific to custom fields. I don't know how much you know about the actual software, but custom fields are there, and we use all kinds of custom things that we've built on our own to help us manage our work. that's really the biggest thing for me as a manager, being able to give the team the tools to make their each specific task work for each individual and each company. Like I get on, it doesn't matter the size of the company, I go on and do a demo of how we do it, and whether they log in or not, they're just blown away. Like the amount of detail we can keep in there, you know, the emails, the pictures, the deliverables, set up alerts that send automatic emails to people. I mean, lots of systems do some of it. It kind of does all of it. And working with John too has been, you know, when we run into something that we see that we want to change, it's usually done in, sometimes it's 24 hours, because he's an independent. He's not that big software house that, oh, we'll put it in the development pipeline and we'll get it on the roadmap for next year. He's, you know what, you can pick up the phone and, hey, John, what do you think? Oh yeah, I can add that. And that night it gets released, and it's not this big song and dance, right? So, you know, for me, being able to work directly with him and having that flexibility in the system is really the 1-2 punch that makes it work for us. Oh, it would, yeah. Communication. Communication's key. With what we do is, like, I don't know what all of John's, how intense other clients are with John, but you know, we're doing thousands of work orders. We got thousands of live work orders at any given time. So being able to communicate between the purchasers, the dispatchers, the project managers, all in one central platform, in one central way, and customers, in different, you know, we're not all in the same office anymore. That's, you know, COVID changed everything, but we didn't skip a beat. Like we can be at home, we can be, you know, I had a service call last night at 8 o'clock my time. I'm logging into the system. It's picked up first thing in the morning, and it just keeps rolling, and it's done. Like we're done. Get the bill out, and we're good to go. So it really takes everybody that touches that work order along the way, and to be efficient, we need to be able to communicate without picking up the phone and talking about it and having a meeting about it. But you know, we've been able to put standards in place to increase that the speed of communication. It's instant. Because once they get in there, it'll be irreplaceable. They don't understand what they're missing by not using it. And you got to start using it to see the value, I think. Like there's some, I can talk to the value, but once you start seeing and living it, it's great. Like it's just, like I say, there's lots of systems out there that'll get you part way, and I don't think Big Wave's as advanced as it's going to be if we keep going down this track, but it's there and it will grow with you. It allows you to be more advanced for sure. And if, like I say, we don't have the analytics in Big Wave yet, he's working on it, but I've got a team outside that pull the data. So, I mean, it can be as simple or as advanced as you want it to be. It's flexible. So I would say, you know, if it was another client, I'd show them how we work and tell them just to dive in, trust me,